Greetings and welcome to House on the Hill. Now, in this video, all I'm going to do is give a review of this game. This is a game that's on early access still on Steam. I stumbled across it, and after reading about it and seeing how story driven it was, I decided to do a playthrough, which I recorded, and I did not watch any gameplay footage or try to ruin the story in any way before I played it. I will probably end up uploading it next week if y'all are interested. But for now, I'm just going to give a review about it. It's a pretty good game. It's very story driven. I was a little disappointed that some of the things said about it were misleading. They talked about how there were choices in the story and you could explore the house however you wanted and things like that, but that turned out not to be true. Um, Basically, the story of this game is very linear. No matter how many times you play through, you'll always basically go through the story the same. As for exploring the house, well, most of the doors that don't lead you directly to where you need to be are locked. So, like I said, it's a very linear story, but the story is very good. I liked it. Um, it took me, I guess, maybe about 4 or 5 hours to beat the game, if that. That's with breaks in between the chapters. But I still felt I got my money's worth. Currently, the game was only like about $8 on Steam. That's $8 US, and I really felt seeing the story was worth it. Um, I would highly recommend getting the game and experiencing it yourself before you look for playthroughs, because any playthroughs, since it's got a very linear story, is going to spoil story elements for you. And this is the type of thing that it's better to experience for yourself rather than just watch somebody else do. Um, but it's a very good game. I think it's very well done. It's currently in early access, so some of the problems I have with it may change. Um, but yeah, like I said, the main problem I have is there aren't really choices in the game very much. The only real choice is in the ending. You can make one of two choices toward the ending, but all it does is give you slightly different final dialogue. That's it. Um, for the most part, how you go about through the game doesn't have much of an impact on how the story is going to progress, at least in my experience right now. And like I said, it's early access. Some of that may change. Another issue I have with it is it's a little heavy on the jump scares. There are parts of it where it's the atmosphere and other elements that make it a nice horror game, but I just have never been a huge fan of jump scares. They're more about startling you and just triggering the fight, flight, or freeze response rather than actually instilling fear in you. Um, and people can get startled fairly easily. If they're really focused and paying attention to one area, something coming out of the corner of their eye is going to startle them. That's not a fear response. That's just a trigger based on new information that you weren't expecting. But yeah, like I said, I'm not a fan of jump scares, and this game has quite a bit of them. Um, but the story itself, I did like the story, and I felt this game was money well spent because just the story alone was worth it. Uh, and if you're just interested in the story rather than experiencing it yourself, yeah, sure, watch a playthrough on YouTube or somewhere, because it does have a very good story, and that's about. I mean, the graphics are excellent. The interface is interesting. Um, the key controls aren't too bad. There is no sprinting or crouching in the game. It's just walking. The times when you need to go faster, your character automatically goes faster. I did like how they had your character experiencing fear from time to time. That was a nice touch. But yes, overall I enjoyed this game and I definitely recommend it. But since it's a heavily story-driven game, it's one of those games I recommend people experience for themselves rather than just watch a playthrough. After you've experienced it, you can watch playthroughs of other people and maybe get some tips of things you missed, and it might give you a little bit of replayability. And also, this game is still currently in early access, so there is the chance for more stuff to be added. But that's my review of House on the Hill. It's a very well done game. I enjoyed it immensely. And I hope y'all will too. So, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.